Hi, this is Dalene with McDonald Sewing and Vacuum, and I wanted to show you today a couple of features of the Passport 2.0 by PFAFF that are specific to quilters. I know quilters usually want a 1/4 inch foot, and there is one available for this machine. It is an optional foot, so you have to purchase it separately. But I just wanted to show you how it works and what it looks like. So when you're piecing and you want to make a 1/4 inch seam, this is going to be your best option. I'm just going to leave the straight stitch programmed in. That's what it defaults to when it turns on. I'm going to take off the regular foot, and this is the 1/4 inch foot. So all you have to do is just place it under the ankle and put the foot down, and it will connect, and then you can just lift the foot right back up. On this foot, you'll notice that there is a single needle hole that helps keep the machine from pulling the fabric down into the bobbin case. So I'm going to line the edge of my blocks up with this narrow edge of the foot, and then there's also a 1/4 inch seam guide right there that I use. So I generally do my quilting with a scant 1/4 inch, and so if I wanted to make it a full 1/4 inch, I'd want to get it right up to the side, but I'm always a little happier with that scant 1/4 inch. The other nice thing about this for quilters in particular is that you can start off of the edge of the fabric and sew onto it. Because it's got a drop-in bobbin, it's not going to tangle your thread. And I do like to activate the needle down position so that when I stop to adjust my blocks, as I often do, it won't move around on me. So when I'm finished, some of you may have seen me kind of wobble around a little bit there, but I still have a pretty good 1/4 inch seam, and there we go. So it's a really great foot for piecing. Stitch number 21 on the Passport 2.0 is a hand look quilting stitch. I'm going to check, and it uses foot 0A, which is this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And then if I'm doing parallel lines of quilting, I like to use this guide. And let's say I want to do 1 inch separation between my quilting stitches, or lines of quilting. Here's the 1 inch line, and there's a hole in the back of the ankle. I just put this guide, line it up where I want those to be, and it helps me get those straight lines of quilting. Now the other thing I need to do for this to look like a hand look stitch is I need to use an invisible thread. This is a monofilament thread, which I don't know, you may not be able to, I don't know whether you can see that hanging down or not, but it's meant to be invisible, and I'm going to put that in the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and thread it as I normally would. As always, it's important to have the foot up when you're threading. I'm going to get my needle back up to its highest position and go in through the guide and back here. And this is one of those places where the needle threader comes in handy, because it's hard to see the thread and it's hard to see the needle hole. And it will just pull that monofilament thread right through to the back. Let's see. I like to keep a pair of tweezers, there they are, to help pull this through. So there is a loop right there. If I can grab it, there we go. That's why the needle threader is so nice. I don't have to find the invisible hole with the invisible thread. Okay, and then I pull it through the foot and to the back. Okay, then the last thing I need to do to make this look like a hand look quilting stitch is I need to increase the tension, and I'm going to take it up between 6 and 7, And then in the bobbin, you're going to want to use the color of thread that you want to show on the top. So I'm going to start my first line of quilting. And again, my pieces are not even, but that's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and line up with the guide. You might want to start in the middle and then put the guide in. Again, I can sew right off the edge. Okay, and I've got, actually I didn't even have the IDT engaged, which it went through there beautifully. I'm going to do one more row of stitching and then I'm going to show you what this looks like a little bit closer. So now to get my second line of stitching, I'm going to place the guide right on top of the row that I did before, and again I have it set at 1-inch intervals. And I'm going to sew my second line of stitching. Okay, and so now I've got what looks like a hand look stitch on the front, all on the sewing machine. So if you want your quilting to look like it's hand done but do it on the machine, you can do that. It doesn't quite look the same on the back, that's the only caution, so I wouldn't use this for something I was going to enter in a quilt show or to be judged. But if you're using it for a bag or something and you're not going to see the back, this is a great way to do your quilting. All right. The Passport 2.0 is available at our store. We have 2 stores, one McDonald Sewing and Vacuum in Wichita, Kansas, and the other one is in our Kansas City, Kansas. Thank you.